What's happening, guys? It's your boy Zikejunior, and welcome back to Football Fans Frenzy. It's a sad day for football fans all over the world. Oh my God! Somebody wake me! I'm dreaming, but no. That the European Super League has just been confirmed and is going to kick off very soon. This is a disgrace for football. Football is in shambles. This is actually trying to tell us that some greedy people in football are trying to collect football for themselves, and this should not be allowed to happen. If this happens, football is totally dead, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. I am so pained right now, and I'm sure football fans all over the world are so pained. But unfortunately, this is another topic that is going to divide the fan base, because a lot of people will look at it this way: oh, we're going to have the big teams playing week in, week out. For crying out loud, nobody wants to have the big teams playing week in, week out. The beauty of the UEFA Champions League is the fact that you don't get these fixtures every time. So when you get to see maybe a Chelsea playing Barcelona, it is precious. You want to watch those kind of games because it is rare. It doesn't happen all the time. But having these teams play against each other every single week is going to be a disaster, and it's going to take the fun out of it. And I really wish football fans will actually stand united, because these people are beginning to manipulate the real people that own football, which is actually the fans. Look at all over on YouTube. There are football channels everywhere because fans are passionate about this particular sport. But this particular set of people are actually trying to take football for themselves. I want us to quickly look at the news, so that this way we can actually understand what is actually happening. And I'm going to read the report that says certain teams have actually joined the European Football League, and the league is about to start as soon as practicable, and it's been said that it's being speculated to start in August 2021, which means these guys are not under anymore. They are about to launch, they're about to go live. And it's reported that 12 teams already have joined: AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham. They've all put their names to the plans that threaten to rip football apart. Yes, this football Super League is going to rip football apart for real. And then we saw the comment from Florentino Perez, who is actually speculated to be the chairman of this European Super League, and you could see his vice is actually Ed Woodward. He's actually the Glazer, which is telling you that this thing is all about greed and money. It's all about greed and money, nothing about passion, nothing about the fans put into consideration. These guys just want to make money for themselves. And the timing is terrible. In the midst of a pandemic, you actually have funds that you want to release for this league. It's actually a disaster. And then Perez said something. He said, we'll help football at every level and take it to its rightful place in the world. Football is the only global sport in the world with more than 4 billion fans, and our responsibility as big club is to respond to their desires. Who told you you have the right to speak for the fans? Who told you you have the right to speak for the fans? Dude, you don't know what the fans want. The fans want football to be played like football. Grassroots football is part of football. What happens to fans that actually support maybe the lower teams and everything? This is going to rip football apart. This is going to put football in total disaster if this is allowed to happen. And I do hope that FIFA and UEFA actually trashes this idea, actually does something to stop these people from actually ripping football apart. I heard that FIFA is going to have a meeting later today, and I hope they take serious measures to curb this virus that is about to destroy football. I hope they do so. And the founding clubs will be handed, can you imagine, the founding clubs will be handed 3.5 billion euros just to support their infrastructure investment plans, and just to, come on, where is this money coming from? Which means these guys have enough money, and clubs have been suffering. Lots of lower league clubs have been trading to go into extinction because of the pandemic, and you want to release this amount for just a few clubs. And for crying out loud, the big six in the Premier League, who made Arsenal the big six? Who decided that Arsenal is in the big six? Who decided that Tottenham Hotspur is in the big six? Who did that? Arsenal, for crying out loud, has not finished top 4 in a very long time. Where is Leicester in the big six? Leicester should actually be included in the big six if you're actually going this way, because they've been consistent for the past couple of years. How is Arsenal, that's currently sixth, ninth in the Premier League table, and Tottenham that currently sits seventh in the Premier League table, the B6 in the EPL. This league, this European Super League, whatever it's being called, is not even sustainable. Now there are reports that teams are not going to get relegated. The founding fathers, according to them, are not going to get relegated. The beauty of football is seeing teams go into relegation. The beauty of football is seeing teams actually progress into the higher leagues because they performed well. The beauty of football is seeing teams get punished for doing badly and seeing teams being rewarded for actually doing very well. But now they want to form this European Super League where you have players, you have teams not being punished for playing badly. Oh yeah, for instance, I'm a Tottenham fan, I'm a Manchester United fan, like you all know, and then Super League, and we sit bottom of the table. But of course, we have a Super League fixture against Barcelona, and I don't care, man. We're not gonna get relegated. We're not gonna get kicked out of the competition. We're just playing for fun because it's just gonna be playing for fun and making money. So where is the passion? The passion is out when I'm not bothered that my team is going to get relegation if you don't perform well against Barcelona. The players are not bothered whether they play well or not. They're not going to get punished for that. No relegation, nothing. That is not even football like we know it. And this is going to affect grassroots football a lot because the way football is being run, the bigger teams up there actually support grassroots football with shared fundings and all this. And that's how grassroots teams, that's how teams in the lower divisions can actually survive. Well, the dreams and clubs are going to lose dreams because you have the teams in the lower leagues actually dreaming that, oh, if we actually perform well, we can actually get maybe into the Premier League. We can actually get to play teams like Manchester United, teams like Liverpool, teams like Chelsea, teams like big teams. But now the dream is over. Like, what are you going to be playing against? What is the expectation of teams in the lower league? What are they going to dream about? What are the dreams of players in the lower league that, oh, if I do so well, maybe I can be playing for instance, Bolton Wanderers in the Premier League someday. Oh, what if I do well as a manager? Maybe I can actually lead Bolton Wanderers into the Premier League someday. But this dream is going to be mad. This dream is going to be hampered by this European Super League because presently the Premier League is threatening to kick them out, kick these teams out of the Premier League, and they will get kicked out of the UEFA Champions League as well. And imagine other teams, other leagues actually do the same thing. That means you're not going to be having Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool in the Premier League anymore. So come on, this is going to affect football in so many ways, and that is why this idea should not even be allowed to fly. You cannot have the big teams actually playing their league and generating revenues and making money all, just for themselves. This is total greed. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. I really want to know your views about this European Super League. Is gonna be, it's not even sustainable. Like, it's not even sustainable. How are they gonna be generating funds? I feel like fans should be united against this league because it is something that is going to affect maybe clubs are in the lower division. What do you expect Leicester City fans, for instance, that Leicester has been doing so well? For instance, let's take a very good example. West Ham United have been so good this season. They've played fantastic football. The reason why they've been so well and the motivation, the dream is that they can get into the Champions League next season. That is the beauty of football. The reward if you actually play well, and also the punishment if you don't do well in your league, if you don't do well as a football club, you get relegated. So West Ham have players now that are looking forward to playing in the Champions League next season. That is their dream. You are taking this dream away from these players. You are taking this dream away from these managers. These managers have worked so hard to get their team playing very well because they want to be in the biggest competition in Europe. And now you want a European Super League that is going to actually ruin this whole thing. I'll take a comment quickly from Israel. Israel says, does this have any advantage aside the fact that they are generating funds for themselves? No advantage, bro. No advantage. These guys are greedy monsters that just want to make money for themselves, and this thing should not be encouraged in any way, in any form. The chairman is Florentino Perez, and his vice is the Glazer. Come on, how bad can he be? How worse can he actually be? These guys are blood-sucking and money-sucking demons. They just want the money. They don't care about the sports. They don't care about the emotions of the fans. All they want is the money. Who is their dealer, for crying out loud? Oh my God! Like, Arsenal is in the big six. Arsenal, Tottenham in the big six in the Premier League. I really don't know what to. I really don't know. This news has actually shocked the football world, and fans are angry all over the world. I hope that FIFA and UEFA does something to stop this. Meanwhile, big respect, big kudos to teams like PSG. Despite the backlash about how they are interested in money, PSG has held their ground. They are not joining the European Super League. Also, big respect to the German teams Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. They've not joined the Super League, and these clubs should be commended because they understand the values of football. As a player growing up in Nigeria, when I was still playing, the dream was to one day play in the Premier League or play in the Champions League and play against teams like Manchester United, or even get to play for Manchester United. The competition, those big European nights actually make little kids to dream. Those big European nights, for instance, the AC Milan Liverpool nights, those big games actually make football players, young football fans to dream. I want to be there someday. I want to progress through the rankings of maybe from Africa and go through the league rankings and maybe get to play, for instance, a West Ham team playing in the Champions League. I want to experience those nights in the Champions League. Those nights in the Champions League are revolutionary. Those nights are just something that, oh my God, that every fan loves. We love the Champions League nights. That cannot be taken away from the fans. And these people should really ask questions. Do the fans actually want this European Super League? And the answer is a big no. A disaster is about to happen, because if the Premier League kicks these big teams out of the Premier League and UEFA kicks them out of European competitions, football is in shambles already. So this idea needs to be stopped by any means necessary. It needs to be stopped. I expect FIFA to do something about it. I expect FIFA to actually bring a solution to this thing, because it's going to destroy football. In fact, football is about to get destroyed by this virus called the European Super League, because a greedy few clubs that consider themselves the big clubs in the world, in Europe, are becoming very greedy. They want to make money for themselves. They don't want to share fundings with the lower clubs. Let's talk about job creations. There are lots of people that are in the football business, in the whole of football business. They're actually putting food, that football is putting food on their table. You do this and you're taking food away from their table, because there wouldn't be fun. Nobody wants to watch teams that are not, nobody wants to watch a league that is not, that you don't have the big teams in them anymore. Of course, so it's going to affect the Premier League, it's going to affect Serie A, it's going to affect the Spanish La Liga. Please, this thing should be stopped. We do not want the European Super League. It is a virus that has come to eat up football like we all know it. It is a virus that should actually be discouraged. Come on, guys, what are we even talking about? I really hope that today we get important information from FIFA. I really hope that FIFA actually, after their meeting, find the solution, a perfect solution for this particular problem. I just hope they find the solution, because this is going to affect football. Guys, please drop your comments down below. And quickly, I just want to read something. They said most recent league titles for European Super League, founding clubs like they call themselves. Arsenal, the last time was in 2004. 2004. Come on, man. You have AC Milan since 2011. Who made them the big clubs in Europe? They actually have to compete in their leagues to actually earn the right to be called the big clubs in Europe. They've been doing so badly, and now they are the founding clubs of this European Super League. It's not even sustainable. It's not even sustainable. Please, I do hope that something is done about this today, and I do hope that our precious football is just left the way it is and not left to be in the hands of some greedy individuals. I really do hope this. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this topic. Also, drop like this video, share, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you guys in my next video. Ciao.